All right, Norsca, we got a long one on our hands. Let's get into it. Whatever I say after this point is just my opinion. If you don't like it, okay. That's fine. You do that. Marauder Chieftain. Probably just want to take Wulfric the Wanderer, but if you do take him, probably take him on his chariot or on his war mammoth. On his horse, he's just not as good as Wulfric. I would take off Foe Seeker, keep Fight or Die. Fight or Die is really good. It's their version of Stand Your Ground. It's just melee attack instead of melee defense. 230 for 10 melee attack, fire damage, and base weapon damage. This can be worth it if you know you're going to face a regen lord that'll be weak to fire. Otherwise, no. And then Potion of Howdy is not worth it, I don't think. Wulfric! All of his mounts are good for various different reasons. Sorry about that. I don't really like his chariot personally. I'm not a big chariot guy, but if you want to fight armored infantry, his chariot's good for that. So like running through dwarves or something. Usually you either take him on his mammoth to like try and hard carry, or if you're scared of missiles, take him on his warhorse where he's harder to snipe. Either is good. Foe Seeker, probably good. Keep his vigor up. Keep him strong. Seafang is always pretty good. It's like a burning head type effect. Just clears out infantry for you. Fight or Die is really good. Hunter of Champions is kind of the only reason Wulfric's even meta, so definitely take that. It's only 140 gold for minus 40 melee defense and minus 45% speed. And Sword of Torgald, it really, really depends. If Wulfric's on foot, 90% base weapon is a lot. Look at that. That'd be like almost 270 more damage. That's a lot of damage. On his warhorse, it's still really good. On his mammoth, his base damage is down to 155, so 90% of that's only like 110 damage. So you're paying for 110 non-armor piercing damage for 200 gold. Not worth it. So really pay attention to what mount or what damage distribution he has when you take Sword of Torgald. Because it's not worth it on his mammoth. It is worth it on his horse. Throg. Cut Foe Seeker, he's not going anywhere. Cut Copious Vomit. Fight or Die, you can keep that, and Crown of Command. This one, it's kind of the Azhag conversation we had in the Greenskin video, where Crown of Command's only worth it if you're going to have him in kind of a weird blob of like trolls or something. Just Unbreakable on him for 24 seconds is not worth 230 gold. So it really depends on what build you're trying to do. Otherwise, just take him with Fight or Die. Use him as a cheap tanky regen lord. All three casters, we're going to go through them at the same time because they all have the same stuff. Probably don't take them on their chariot. You either want them on their horse or on foot. Their chariot, they can get double hit. They're really not that good of a melee combatant anyway. So save yourself the 300 gold. And you can take the Scroll of Shielding, otherwise I wouldn't take anything here. Scroll of Power, maybe for the fire one, just to get a double burning head off, but I don't know about that. That's up to you. So that one is a never, that one is an almost always, and that one is a situationally depending on what cheese you have in mind. Skinwolf Werekin. I really like this thing. 10% missile resistance, 23 armor, but again, it's like we talked about with Throg. For 230 gold, you really need to be part of a blob to make this worthwhile. Just him, it's not worth 230 gold, I'm afraid. Foe Seeker is pretty good for him. His leadership's low, and he needs speed because he has 65, which is almost enough to catch horse units, so maybe with Foe Seeker he can. Deadly Onslaught, up to you. I personally don't take it. Try to save some gold back, but it can be useful. And this is never useful. Never take the Potion of Speed. So just take him with these two if he's in a blob. Just this one if he's on his own, is my personal opinion. These two are the same, so we'll go over them at the same time. I personally like Evasion to get their melee defense up to 40, which is actually respectable for a mage. And with their armor sundering magic attacks, it's pretty likely they'll end up in melee combat. Leadership, 45 gold. Okay, yeah. I would take this. 20% missile resist for only 45 gold, and it's disabled if their leadership is lower than 50%, which means they're probably going to break soon anyway. But this will help with like fireballs and stuff in the early game. Take Arctic Conduit, super good. And these scrolls, we talked about it earlier. Take this one almost all the time. Never take that one. And Scroll of Power, depends on the cheese you have in mind. All right, that was Norsca.